This production is brought to you by the University of Edinburgh.
Hello, and welcome to an interactive introduction to MATLAB. This screencast will explain the dot operator. The dot operator is often a source of confusion and frustration. The reason for this is that MATLAB was originally conceived to be good at matrix calculations, hence the name MATLAB or Matrix Laboratory. That means that multiplication, division, and exponentiation operations in MATLAB are actually matrix multiplication, division, and exponentiation. This may not have been noticeable if you were carrying out simple multiplying, dividing, and exponentiating scalar values. But when we have vectors and we wish to multiply, divide, and exponentiate elements within those vectors, then we must use the dot operator. To give an example of this, I can create a row vector x which starts at 1 and increases in increments of 1 up to 10. If I then create a row vector y that is the same as x, and if we wanted to create a variable z that multiplies the elements of those vectors together, you might think we would simply type z is equal to x times y. But as you can see, this leads to an error because MATLAB is attempting to carry out the matrix multiplication of x with y, and the rules of matrix algebra state that dimensions of x and y are not compatible to complete the command. Returning to our original requirement to multiply the elements of x with the elements of y, we can achieve this by preceding the multiplication sign with a dot. Using the up arrow to retrieve my previous command and placing a dot in front of the multiplication sign. This gives us the expected result, which is the element by element multiplication of x with y. This is also the case with division and exponentiation. The sign must be preceded with a dot if you want the element by element result. This always tends to trip people up when they're calculating large formulas and they forget that there are vector quantities in those formulas. And whenever you have a vector quantity and you want an element by element operation, you have to remember to use the dot operator method.
This production is copyright the University of Edinburgh.